So I don't know if you guys heard, but the Super Bowl named this halftime performance artist, and it's going to be Bad Bunny. And just like anything in the world these days, the internet got big mad. And when I say mad, I mean real mad. Like the kind of mad that these type of people usually reserve for when their favorite fast food restaurant changed the dipping sauce. I mean, every dude with a bald eagle as his Facebook profile picture collectively has lost their mind over this. Now, before the comment section turns into a war zone, let's get one thing straight. Actually, the one thing would be that I don't care if it turns into a war zone. Go ahead. It's good for engagement. Make it a war zone. I am the least qualified person to talk about Bad Bunny's music because I don't know one song by him. If my life depended on it, I couldn't name 3 songs and I'd be dead. I know him purely on a higher cultural level. He's the guy who is selling out stadiums in 6 minutes and making appearances on the WWE. And he generally does it looking cooler than I've ever looked in my entire life. Oh, and did I mention he's statistically the largest musical artist on the planet Earth? I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I'm simply an observer. And as an observer, let me tell you that the pearl clutching that has taken place over this is something I've never seen before. The outrage is one of the dumbest things I've ever experienced on the internet. And I was on the internet back when people were eating Tide Pods. So let's all collectively put our thinking caps on here. And I know for some of you, it's going to take a while to find them. Some of you, it's going to take longer than the others. And let's think about why Bad Bunny playing the Super Bowl halftime show is a brilliant move. I'm going to break it down for you. And those of you that are still complaining after this, you're going to need to go touch some grass. Every single year, it's a predictable cycle. The NFL announces who the Super Bowl halftime performer is, and collectively, a bunch of people whose favorite artist is probably Creed come out of the woodwork and just type "who" in big capital letters in response. We want real music, they cry, as if the only valid form of music is a bunch of old guys in leather pants that had their last hit before smartphones were invented. And look, I get it. I know some of you just want to hear the Red Hot Chili Peppers play Give It Away for the 1900th time. But listen, this is the Super Bowl halftime show, not your local VFW hall on Classic Rock Night. It's the single biggest television event of the year, and its goal is to be relevant to the year we're actually living in, not the year that you guys peaked in high school. And let me be clear, Bad Bunny is the single largest streamed artist in the world. Not the Latin world, the whole world. And you complaining that you don't know any of his music doesn't make him irrelevant. It just means that most of you are probably getting your news from your uncle's Facebook posts. But this general uninformed outrage is just the appetizer. The main course of stupidity is much, much worse. And this brings me to my favorite argument I've been seeing. One that requires a level of ignorance that is so profound that it's almost impressive. People are genuinely, unironically furious that the NFL chose an artist who is not from America to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's unpack this suitcase of stupidity one layer at a time. First of all, even if he wasn't from America, it doesn't matter. The idea that a Super Bowl halftime performer needs to present an American birth certificate is stupid. This is a musical performance. It's a 15-minute concert. It's not the presidential inauguration. The goal of this is to entertain people, not to pass a citizenship test. Second, and this is the part that really sends me, Bad Bunny is an American citizen. Bad Bunny's from Puerto Rico. And for the geographically challenged among us, Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. And do we all know what you get when you're born in a territory of the United States? American citizenship. You're an American because it's part of America. Yes, it's an island, but that would be the same as complaining that Bruno Mars is an American because he was born in Hawaii. It's still part of America. They're still Americans. But my third point is where the hypocrisy really starts to shine. Let's take a walk down Super Bowl halftime performance memory lane, shall we? Last year we had Rihanna, an icon from Barbados. A few years ago, we had Shakira, a legend from Colombia. Before that, Coldplay, very British. The Who, as British as bad teeth. The Rolling Stones, so British that they probably bleed Earl Grey tea. Sir Paul McCartney, the guy was literally knighted by the Queen of England. British. And straight out of my ancestors' homeland, U2, Irish. Where was this America First outrage when Mick Jagger was strutting his stuff around? Or when Bono was opening his arms with an American flag inside his jacket? No one was asking for passports then. It's almost as if 15 minutes of music in Spanish is so much more offensive to people than the British takeover of the Super Bowl halftime show for 2 decades. Kind of weird, isn't it? All right, Now it's time for a slightly more informed argument. But wait, the internet detectives say, didn't Bad Bunny say that he wouldn't play concerts in the United States on his recent tour because he didn't want people to be detained by ICE? First of all, I don't see the problem in having a fear that people attending your concert might get snatched up by masked, unmarked federal agents. That's not a controversy. That's not political. That's just a guy saying, hey, I don't want to put a concert on that could put people in danger or could put agents in danger or could cause mass havoc in a community. He doesn't want his concert to be seen as a nightmare for people potentially. But let's be realistic here. A Bad Bunny concert stop is not the Super Bowl. Your average Bad Bunny concert ticket at the highest level is a couple $100. Your average Super Bowl concert ticket that's at all decent is the price of a used car. The crowd that's attending a Bad Bunny concert is not the same crowd that's attending the Super Bowl. And the security at a Super Bowl is tighter than a submarine door. The idea being put forward that it's the same environment as a concert is just silly. More importantly, Bad Bunny's not performing for the 70,000 people who were in that stadium that night. He's performing for the 120 million people who are watching at home. This is his chance to reach every American and people beyond that are watching the Super Bowl from the comfort of their own couch. And the only raid that they need to worry about is the snack bowl during halftime. And here's a little factoid that I think people forget every year. The Super Bowl does not pay a cent to the artists to perform. Artists perform for free. Now, they do cover production costs and travel and sound and lights and things like that. These artists are doing it and are paid with the exposure that they get from being on the largest stage. They're being given a 15-minute commercial of themselves on every television set in America. When Shakira and Jennifer Lopez performed a couple years ago, their streams went up 800%. To be clear, this is the single greatest marketing opportunity on the face of the planet. Bad Bunny isn't cashing in on the NFL. He's making a calculated business decision to perform on the biggest stage in the world and become an even bigger international superstar than he already is. And in exchange, the NFL is getting the biggest superstar in the entire world and all of the fans that come along with them. So let's be clear, this is a win-win situation for both parties. Which brings me to my last point. This isn't just a smart move by Bad Bunny. The NFL is playing 4D chess while everybody else at home is playing checkers. 4 years, the NFL has been trying to break out of the American bubble and become an international brand. They want to become a global sport just like soccer is everywhere else in the world. They play games in London and Germany, but ask yourself, what is the most logical market for the NFL to expand to? It's right in our backyard, Latin America. They've already played games in Mexico City, and Brazil is on the calendar. They are actively trying to build a brand south of the border. So what's the fastest way to signal to 600 million people that you're actively courting them? I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not bringing out a legacy act from the 1980s that mom and dad loved. That's not the way you're going to get them. No, you bring out their cultural hero, and you put him on the biggest stage that you have available to you. You show them that your league reflects their culture. Putting Bad Bunny on the halftime show is the NFL literally planting a big flag and saying, hey, we see you. We're here for you. We want you as fans. It's a marketing masterstroke. It's the league acknowledging that the future growth of their industry lies in the very fan base that Bad Bunny represents. You don't have to like Bad Bunny's music. That's completely fine. Like I said earlier, I don't know a single song by the guy. You should respect the facts. And if you're going to put an argument, just say, hey man, I don't like this. It's not for me. And turn the TV off for 50 minutes and walk away. You don't have to make up crazy facts like the guy's not American and, he's taking the NFL for a ride and all these various things that make no sense. Just don't like it, and that's okay. Music's subjective. But outrage that's based in ignorance is what's really damaging. The he's not American argument is just factually wrong and so full of hypocrisy that it makes my stomach hurt. The business and cultural logic behind this move for both the NFL and Bad Bunny is undeniable. So go ahead, be mad. Just know that you're not mad for any good reason. You're just mad that the world is changing and the Super Bowl halftime show is going to change with it. Anyway, give this video a like, drop a comment below and tell me which band that had their last hit in 1998 should be playing the halftime Super Bowl show instead of Bad Bunny. I could honestly use a couple laughs right now. So like, subscribe, whatever it is you're going to do. But just once in a while, bust out a globe, refresh your geography. And until next time, that's all I got for you.